the F1 2017 career mode here on F1 2017. It's round 14. It's the beginning of the flyaways as we start to reel off the races and come towards the end of season 3, which has been a very entertaining season, full of rewards, full of points, you know, and I've got to be happy with that. I really do. I think with the fact that, you know, we've got these flyaway races now, tracks that, you know, we struggled at in the past in the Samba, fingers crossed, you know, we may do better because, you know, we're in a Haas, but I don't know, it's gonna be difficult. We've got Singapore now. I believe I'm starting 9th. Obviously, it's been a few days since I did the qualifying session. Like I say, usually around Singapore we tend to be very low on fuel. Well, when I say very low, I mean like -3, which isn't exactly ideal, but what can you do? Let's go to the race. And find out, shall we? So if that's the case, and once again we are like, oh dear, we are very low on fuel. Basically, what we're going to do, run the first five laps normal standard, so we can see where we're going to end up, and then basically run in lean until we have our fuel back to as it was. Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, the main contenders for this title at the minute. I mean, Force India have shown. Oh, we're 8th actually. Force India have shown that they can mix it in with the big boys. I reckon just a few more upgrades and they'd actually be right up there all the time. I don't know, it's difficult to say where we are at this minute in time. I reckon we're in pretty much a similar position. Right, race strategy. There is no rain in this race, and once again, underfueling the car will require fuel-saving measures throughout the race in order to complete it. Why do they do this to me? 58 laps worth of fuel. It is slightly frustrating. Actually, no, it is incredibly frustrating. I need to sort this clock out. There we go. Because obviously here in the UK, the clocks have just recently gone back. So, just fixing that. Put the little cover back on. And we will get this race of Singapore underway. So once again, we've got a very similar situation to what we've had over the last couple of years. Where are we going to end in this race? We don't have rain to help us out this time. Gonna skip the formation lap. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Go in Singapore. And yep, as you can see, -3 worth of fuel again. Great start from Roman, but I'm going to dive it down the inside. Still in 8th. Grosjean looking quite menacing. That was a bad line. We had to back off there, so Grosjean will try and get a run on us. Verstappen is somewhere not behind us actually. Fingers crossed we can try and, I mean, like I said, we're going to be better than the rest of the field. Oh, look at that, Ocon going for the move on Ricciardo. I had to back out of that completely. Sorry. Oh, Ricciardo's actually got back. Oh, damn, this part of the track will suit the Red Bull Force Indias. very naughty of me. Very naughty, I had to try. Oh, and Grosjean. Still there, we're going to try and down the inside. Can we get the power? Yes, we can. Oh no, we got caught on Perez, it's still there. Oh, Perez. Like I say, we were rivals earlier in the season. He's refusing to be beaten by Hamilton. Oh, we've got incredibly wide off the final corner. And that dirty air, that's all it takes. Now will Perez zoom straight up to the back of Ocon once again. Looks like he's pretty much doing that. Our tyres. Tyres slightly worn, not much though. Close enough this time for a move. Perez, we'll try and get the power down as soon as we can. Welcome to the stream, FIFA Norway, buddy. I hope you're well. Once again, saving is the key here around Singapore. How long are we going to have to do that for? How much is it going to hamper us? 13th is the lowest they want us to finish. We may have to consider that to be, you know, a distinct possibility, especially with the fact that Verstappen has to make his way through the field as well. Right, can we keep up with Perez? Oh, slightly wide there. The brakes felt really weird going through there. Just tapped it. Really happened. DRS on. Grosjean at the minute will be playing second fiddle, fingers crossed. So I'm not going to make the move on Perez. That corner anyway. Could have dove it really late down the inside. Decided not to do that this time. It is infuriating that this keeps happening around Singapore. I really need to see what happens when I fail the fuel saving program next season. It's 3 seasons in a row, starting with -3. It's not on. It is not on. Ocon looks like he's slower than Perez. Perez definitely seems to be the faster of the 2 drivers at the minute of this season. I've noticed a few times that Ocon tends to do well and then drops back later on. Ocon at the minute is, I don't know if he's just not got the pace or what. It's hard to say. I mean, he's had a few failures this season as well, so Perez getting preferential treatment at Force India? So we've got one more lap before we lower it down to lean and then basically just drop away from these guys. Just gotta hope that we can get pulled along. But I don't know, part of me is just not hoping at this minute in time, just wondering where we're going to be. So Hulkenberg is the rival now, and it's not Perez. Oh, we dive it down the inside of Perez. Are we through? Yes, we are. Great little move. So guys, if you're new to the channel, do hit that follow button so you can see more and more F1 content coming your way. I do plan on, especially tomorrow as it's my day off, like getting a whole stack load of races done this week. Hopefully I'll get 2 or 3 done tomorrow. Ooh, bouncing off the wall there. Just need to be careful. That's crucial. Like I said, this is our last lap running in standard before we spend the rest of the race running in lean, or at least the half of the race running in lean because of the fuel situation we find ourselves in. There we go. Oh, Perez covered the line this time. I think through here I'll run standard. How's that? How is that? Exceeding track limits. So we've got no fuel upgrades on this car whatsoever, because obviously whoever has been doing the upgrades on Haas has thought, oh yeah, let's not touch the engine whatsoever. Which, you know, I'm thankful for, because the aerodynamics on this car, you know, absolutely lovely. Thank you very much. Hanging on to Ocon. Oh, we make it through, guys. We're up into 6th place. Ricciardo 6.9 seconds up the road. We're not going to see Ricciardo for the rest of this race. Like I said, we're actually pulling away from Grosjean and whatnot, so it's doing well at the minute. Force India's line astern. Let's have a look and see what's going in the content. I am just sad. Oh, of course you're sad. And welcome to the to the stream, Dag. Not seeing you in a while. Of course you're sad. You know, you're a Ferrari fan. Ferrari, you know, ain't gonna win the drivers or the constructors championship, which is a shame. Gap 7.2. So Ricciardo's pulling away. So like I say, let's not worry too much about, you know, Ricciardo now. Anything happens up ahead, you know, I'll love it. But obviously right now, that's not what I'm thinking of. Right now, I'm thinking fuel. When are we pitting? 12. Lap 12. Ocon has an issue with his car, according to my race engineer. Surprise, surprise, Ocon once again receiving the bad luck at Force India. Make the move down here. Lap 12, right, okay. Sure, I agree with that, but do what the guys want. Yeah, were you already that far behind Hamilton? 16.3 seconds behind Hamilton already, who, as far as I know, is still leading this Grand Prix. Perez is in front of Ocon now. So Perez will come after us. Lap 9 was to pit on lap 12. So I never look at the strategy, I just go with whatever they give me. It's more fun that way. I mean, we're 3.8 seconds in front of Perez. Oh no, he ran. Oh dear, we have to change our wing. what I'm going to do is pit this lap, then just get the next set of ultras to lap 24, because no doubt that's probably... Oh, I don't know. No, you know what? No. We're 5th, actually. We're 5th. Someone in front that's pitted. I think it's Ricardo. Where's Danny done that? Just ran a bit too deep going under the bridge, and that is what happens. It's a lack of concentration. It can happen to anyone. Probably me so more than most. Perez comfortably faster than me now. Now I've got some wing damage, but I feel like I can nurse it. Still never forget season 3 on, or season 4 on F1 2016 in my Red Bull. Basically, we it was weird. Basically, we had a really good race, really good start. We built like a 30-second lead, and Ricardo. It was raining as well. Ricardo had worked his way up to 2nd place, and through the last half of the race, he just absolutely got on with it, and just literally was putting in fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap. Luckily enough, I managed to win the race, but from like the 30-second gap I had, I only won it by 9 seconds. So Force Indias do tend to go long on their tyres, so that's probably what I'm expecting from Perez. The window open, which is good. So we made it to lap 12. I think Perez knows that we've got wing damage and we're taking it easy at this moment in time. Will Perez follow us in the pits this lap, or will he carry on for at least another laps? Like I said, Perez will have the advantage because obviously we've got to stop longer for a wing change. Then of course there's traffic as well, so I reckon Perez is going to come out in front of me. Although part of me is hoping that Perez will pit this lap. Tyres 33%, so like I say, you could probably push your tyres on, but you just end up losing more and more pace. So it is a good job that we're pitting this lap. So I've experienced firsthand what can happen if you try and tyres for too long. Here we go. Hit this lap. In the pits. No one else is pitting. Or what I expected. Ricardo won the Super Softs. Alright, let's get on with this now. We're at the back of the field. We're on fresh tyres. Let's do this. The game is afoot. When are we expected to pit again? Lap 27. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, Grosjean's in the pits as well. Grosjean not that far behind us. Made the move on Van Dorn already. Well, Perez is the next car, but he's 5 seconds down the road, so Perez has pitted. Perez indeed pitted the very next lap. We've got 5 seconds to make on Perez, providing we can do it. He is going to be caught in traffic right now, so if we're going to do it, now's the time before everyone else pits. Just got to hope that we can. Perez looks like he's about to shape up for a move. Plenty of cars in the pits now. And in fact, Perez has made the move. We purpled the first sector. Nice. Chase down Marcus Ericsson. Grosjean now up into 13th as well, which is good. Yeah, we wasted no time whatsoever, got the move done on Ericsson straight away. Now we can try and go after Sergio. We're up into 9th. Who's Sergio catching up with? Expecting, once the pit stops sort themselves out, to be about 7th. I'm thinking about Max Verstappen as well. That's a huge mistake there. Someone else in the pits. It's Danny Kvyat. And guys, we have just done a 44.7. Considering Vettel did a 44.5, we are showing some awesome pace despite the fact that half of the lap we're running in lean. It's nice that we've hit that sweet spot. The car really is. Verstappen in the pits. 7th place is where we are. It's where I expected to be. We're 7.8 seconds in front of Grosjean as well. Grosjean doing a really good job at the minute. So we've got 9 laps to go before our next pit stop as well. Let's have a look, see what's going on in FIFA Norway. Cheering me on, as always. What a legend. Just have a look. Just messaging someone, guys. This is of great importance. Right, let's get on with this. Hope Ricciardo's in a Ferrari next season. Ricciardo is not going to Ferrari. They're tied down already. The Red Bull drivers are tied down. Maybe 2019? Maybe 2019 when Kimi Raikkonen retires. Maybe Ricciardo a Ferrari then. Well, it's hard to say because they've got the wing in the wings as well. So, like I said, it's hard to say where what's going to happen in the future of F1. Come on. Come on. Let's catch Sergio. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh. Feel myself then heading towards the wall. Didn't like it. It's the gap. 2.3, so on. .9 seconds the gap between ourselves and Grosjean. So Grosjean doing really well at the minute. He's in 8th. Guessing he's being chased by Verstappen. So we are closing Perez down bit by bit all the time. That was 2 seconds. It's like, oh no, 1.8. Every time I think I've made a mistake and he could pull away. Turns out, no. Ooh, slightly wide, got caught in the marbles there. Six laps left on this stint. Our tyres are a lap older than Perez's. Lap's gone up to 2.2. Is Perez up the ante? Is that it now? Just been conserving fuel all this time. Like he has, for a considerable margin. The gap now 2 seconds. Or did we just make a huge mistake somewhere? And Haas is performing really well around here. So had I been in charge of like who my teammate was, of course I would have picked Magnussen because he's done a lot better than Grosjean this season before I joined. So Grosjean being outperformed by 2 teammates this season. Yeah, Hamilton there, 44.5. So you can see how close we were with our fastest lap, which was a 44.7. So we weren't that far away, but ever since then we've not really been able to hit that sort of pace. So Perez looks like he's turned up the engine. But if he has, it's not a problem. I don't mind if he goes away. I just want to finish where I am, lap 23 out of 61. Very good chance of us doing that. Safe to say Perez isn't running in standard, well, not running in lean anymore. So at this stage of the race he seems to have more pace than us. Our tyres are still at only 24%. Or Hamilton, 43.6, absolutely smashes the fastest lap time. .9 in front of Grosjean. Come on. It's gaps building all the time now. Fair enough, Perez has won this one for now. I mean, hopefully we may be able to come back at him later in the race. Who knows? Oh, Jolyon Palmer is out of this race. Now, is that just an engine failure for Jolyon? dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, so lap 25. 3 laps to go before our pit stops. Ricardo's pitted. So Danny Ricciardo's pitted. Jolyon Palmer is out of this race. Ricciardo's just come out behind Max Verstappen, who is coincidentally behind my teammate. Not like it's going to help us, because of course he's about 13 seconds back is Roman. See where Grosjean is. Has he? Oh, they've cleared him. It wasn't Grosjean, it was Palmer, sorry. Just wanted to see where Palmer was, because that's probably where he was. It probably did look like an engine failure, so Palmer's luck, once again, not with him. Surprise there. So we're only slightly pulling away from Grosjean now. So what, we pitted on lap 12. Made us do 15 laps on these tyres. Will make us go to lap 42, then super softs to the end. Works, it works. Stay away from that wall then. Want another wing change? Right, so we're pitting this lap. Absolutely pushing now for as much as I can. Just want that gap to be as small as possible. Oh, come on, come on. Perez doesn't pit, we will. Whew, just about slowed it. Thank God they didn't change my bloody wing as well. I left it on yes. Ocon pitted in behind us. He's dropped down a hell of a lot. That's probably because of the engine problems he's had. So in 10th place now is Carlos Sainz, the man who we replaced at Toro Rosso for the first half of this season. How much of an undercut will we get on Sergio Perez? That was about 4 seconds by the time we pitted. Grosjean pits. Perez just come out the pits. So we've caught Perez quite a bit actually. Unfortunately, my hope of Perez being on super soft tyres has not presented itself. Myself and Perez is 2.7 seconds. We're not that far away now from leveling the fuel load, which is good. Perez once again starting to pull away. Was a good end to the lap, so it brought the gap down to Perez by a fraction. It's 2.7. So I know we're in the green now, but I need to build the fuel up to about 1.5 before we can keep it in standard. brakes, fly through the corner, try and get the speed down as quick as possible. I think both of us, I think me and Perez are coming up to back of Max Verstappen. So I think it could be a Sauber, I don't know. Is it lap 42? Yeah, it is lap 42 they want us to pit. I had a feeling it would be. Did make a mistake there, gap down to 2.4. We've gone down probably a bit more had we... Yep, absolutely ran wide there. Pos, welcome to the stream, buddy. I hope you're well. Did exactly the same thing there. Bounced off the wall. Is the gap ain't going to be 2.4 this time? Nope, 2.6. Fuck. The story of this race, guys, so far is we started in 8th. And like I said, we're still in 8th. We had a fairly decent start. We got ourselves up into 6th before we clipped the wall. Lost part of our front wing, which meant that we had to spend about 5 laps trundling around, just slowly losing time to Perez. And unfortunately, that cost us. Now, at times we have been faster than Perez, but as the stint goes on, because like I said, we've got 10 laps left on these tyres, Perez does get faster and faster. It's slightly frustrating, because I can see him. Oh, okay. Maybe it's not all doom and gloom. Perez has engine issues for the first time that I can recall this season. It's the second Force India in this race to have engine issues. The only retiree at this moment is Julian Palmer. Mainly because he's probably not in F1 anymore, so he should retire from every race. It's one thing I've got to remember about doing the Singapore Grand Prix. It's going to be a long-ass Grand Prix, just simply because of... Well, you're doing lap times of 1 minute 40s. Just over halfway distance now. Verstappen's still not yet pitted. Here we go, now we're going to see whether there's any visual differences between ourselves and Perez. Not at the minute. Is it braking? gearbox. We'll make a move into turn 1. Simple as you like. Fate has intervened and allowed us to be in front of Sergio Perez. Now I imagine Verstappen is going to be putting on the super softs when he pits. He'll be going to the end of the race. Will Perez's problem resolve itself, or will he come back and haunt me? Like I say, we're the ones ahead of him now, so we can afford to hold him up. Verstappen pit this lap? No, he still continues. Like I say, guys, if you're new to the channel, do hit that follow button so you can see even more F1 content. And subscribe to the YouTube page as well, which is Raritron89, so you can catch up with seasons 1 and 2, and so far what's happened in season 3 as well. Ba 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 da ba ba. So Verstappen pits, we would be ahead of Verstappen now if we hadn't had that wing change earlier in the race. I think that's Grosjean going through. I'd like to think it would be. Crap running lean. What do I want? About 1.5. So I decide to run standard throughout the whole lap. Let's have a look at the chat, see what's going on. FIFA Norway, keep racing so good, Rara. Well, I do try, like I say, Lokajin, welcome to the stream. I do seem to be on the same pace as Ricardo. So I'm not going to think for a minute that I'm going to be able to catch Ricardo, because obviously we're on the softer compound, he's on the harder. And yes, he's been on those tyres a lot longer than I have. Gap is 9.8, so we are literally running at the same pace at the minute. So Ricardo's probably not even pushing. Oh my god, stop being 9.8 seconds, go down! We're now 10 seconds in front of Perez. His engine is really cost him here. Oh my god! Five laps to go on this stint. Oh, we brought it down to 9.6. Finally, something has changed. Ricardo's come up against some traffic. God damn it. Knew that was going to happen. Let's try this again. I can't believe we're 13.9 seconds in front of Perez. I mean, like I said, you guys have seen just how good that Force India can be. And it was quite comfortably keeping us behind. It was pulling away from us, and then all of a sudden, engine issue, we're now 15 seconds clear. Almost a pit stop clear of Perez. So we're in that stage where we're only gradually pulling away from Grosjean. 18.9 seconds, so are we going to come out literally just behind him? So Grosjean's now probably about 3 seconds behind Perez. I said, this move to Haas has not been a bad decision. I mean, yes, they're probably not where I want them to be in the engine department, but it's not really been effective because, you know, they have good pace from the engine. Yep, Danny Ricciardo is in the pits, and he goes for the Ultras. Now that's interesting because Danny Ricciardo has only managed to get about 10 laps out of the Ultras. But I don't think it's something we worry ourselves about because we're pitting for the super soft, so he's still going to be quicker than us, and he's going to be racing towards us whilst he has the superiority at the minute. 15.3, that's probably going to be about 10 seconds by the time we pit in 3 laps time. And that's a McLaren Honda we're catching. That Ricciardo already 13.1 seconds behind me. Jeez Louise. 20 laps to go of this Grand Prix. So I just see a car in front of me now. All I want to do is just catch him. Like I say, guys, we're coming towards the end of Season 3 now. I've driven for 3 teams. This is my 3rd. Spent 2 years at Sauber. Spent 6 months at Toro Rosso. And I'm hoping that after the end of the season we'll have an offer from Renault. But we'll see what happens. I'm not expecting it. It's just something I'd like to happen. And then, of course, when we move to Renault, there'll be no more mid-season moves. I'll just basically stay at a team for a year, see what happens over the course of the season, and see who comes in for us at the end of the season. Ideally, I want to drive for pretty much every team, barring McLaren, and Ricciardo does a 42.7. What a lap from the Australian. Holy crap, that gap is now 10 seconds. That's not exactly where I wanted it to be. Van Dorn running around in last place at the minute. McLaren still not showing any sort of form whatsoever. I mean, I think in Canada, Fernando Alonso was very lucky to come away with a point. Hamilton leads, apparently. We're pitting this lap, of course, and guys, in case you didn't notice, we're now over 1.5 litres. Oh, well, we've got plus 1.5 of fuel. We can now afford to run in standard throughout the whole of the lap. We'll see where that will put us. We'll pit this lap. There we go. Almost botched that up. Never mind. Verstappen's through as well. So Grosjean has been passed by Max. Now here's the question. I reckon Max is going to the end. Can we do anything about that? Oh, Ocon only 1.2 seconds behind us. Let's just hope we can afford to get away from him. Get after Grosjean now. Though Grosjean does tend to pit a lap after we do. Yep, Grosjean pits. We're 11.3 seconds behind Max Verstappen. That's up to us whether we can actually do anything about him. Max is pulling away from me. Very frustrating. .4, gap goes down to 11.3. Ooh, who's that coming out of this? Stroll. Basically, every lap around here, you've got to have 100% concentration because you have one momentarily lapse of concentration, and that's it. You could ruin your race. Like I say, we would probably be right with Verstappen now, had we not pitted, well, had we not changed our front wing, or at least, we'd probably end up being 5 seconds behind him or something like that. That Williams better not be bothering me. Yeah, we made a mistake going into that little hairpin, so the gap's got up to 11.4 again. Oh, huge lift then. Gap still 11.4. This is definitely one of my most favourite places to race at, just simply because of how beautiful it is. It really is beautiful. I love it so much. I think if I can, I'm not sure if I can, my last season on this game, I think I will do this race in the daylight. Our Max's tyres started to fade. Oh, I just completely cut that then. Why did I do that? Right, here we go. Let's try not to do that again. It's very nice to take a wider turn. A bit too much speed going through there, that's why we drifted wide. We have left Romain Grosjean, he's 23 seconds behind us. I think when Max pits, if Max pits, if Max pits, he's definitely coming out back in front of Roman. We were very close to that wall once again. We've already hit it once today. We lost part of our front wing. Definitely think though, for season 4, we're going to fail the fuel objective. Just to see what will happen, because like I said, we've completed the fuel objective in practice, and each time around here it's giving us -3 on fuel. So it'll be an interesting way to see what will happen. Although having fuel upgrades around here would probably help. Gimba, why am I streaming 360p? Mainly because I don't think my laptop can handle it. Or not the laptop. I don't think my internet can handle me streaming at, you know, the... Which is frustrating, because of course when I'm streaming, I'd love to give you guys, you know, the perfect quality. But unfortunately, at this minute in time, I don't think I can do that. I mean, I can give it a go. I can give it a go in the next time out, see what happens. But like I said, welcome to the stream. I've not seen your name there. Like I said, do give us a follow, man. And what I will do is give you a follow as well, because that's what I do. That's what I do when new people join my stream. I automatically give them a follow. Like I said, give you support just as much as you're giving me support. 10.7 still the gap between ourselves and Verstappen. Can we close that down? It is starting to close, but very slowly. That was 10.7, it's 10.5, so we've got 2 tenths out of Max in that final sector. And I think we're going to get DRS off Pascal Wehrlein. No, we're not. Damn it. I would have liked DRS off Pascal Wehrlein. Like I say, guys, if you're new to the stream, do hit that follow button so you can see more F1 content coming your way. Like I say, we are midway, well, we're not midway, we're in the final half of Season 3 now. We started off the season at Toro Rosso. We won our first race of our career at Canada. At Silverstone, we crashed out, but we got an offer to join Haas. And as I'd been hounded by Haas over the last 2 races, I thought, you know what, that'll be an interesting project. So, we've moved to Haas. We got our second win of our career in Italy, which was a brilliant race. We retired from our second race in Belgium, same spot we were retired in Season 2. Basically, we spent 2 years at Sauber. We scored 29 points in the first season, 64 points and a podium in Canada in the second season. Moved to Toro Rosso, and yeah, it was a good ride. And then, of course, we got an offer from Haas. Haas was the weaker team, so I did want to go to Haas really. And like I say, guys, I am racing on 100 difficulty, which is basically the maximum that Legendary can be before you start dipping your toe in Ultimate. And like I say, do subscribe to the YouTube page as well so you can catch up with the races that have gone on. I'm also doing a co-op championship as well with Positively Glad. Do check out his channel. I'll put a description in the link down below. And also, like I say, we are doing a co-op championship where we start at the back with reverse grids in Ferraris on 105 difficulty, I believe. So far, it's been really entertaining. And also we are doing a Elder Scrolls Online playthrough together as well, which has proved to be really fun. What is the gap between ourselves and Max now as we come across here? 10.7, so the gap has gone up. Ricardo will have to make another pit stop, I reckon, because he hasn't really gone long with tyres. He's on a very aggressive strategy. It's not really worked. It's kept him where he was, but that's about it. So I'd say our strategy has been quite aggressive as well. Only going about 15 laps on the Ultras. So we've got 10 laps left. We're definitely going to be able to get these tyres to the end. Oh, and as well, guys, that's something else I forgot to mention. I'm going to be starting a brand new series on FIFA Career Mode. Basically doing a Marseille Road to Glory, but the difference is it's in a Super League. So that means that I've altered the Premier League, the Championship, League 1 and League 2, and I've put various teams in around the world in these divisions to make it interesting, and we've got to fight away from League 2 to get to the Premier League as Marseille. To be honest, I'm really looking forward to that because there are some really good players at Marseille. Dimitri F.I.A, some really young defenders as well in Kudu. Like I say, I can recover Mandanda's career as well, that'd be nice. Oh, hello. Is that Ricardo coming out the pits? Yes it is, the little git's going to come out in front of me. Do anything about him. I knew Ricardo was going to pit, but he's done just enough to come back out in front of me. And that's Ricardo. So, yep. No, unfortunately, Gimby, I don't use a steering wheel. I use a pad. I'll never use a steering wheel. I mean, I believe that I'll be losing out in some areas compared to others. But for me, just using the pad is where it's at. I just prefer moving my car all over and whatnot. Damn you, Ricardo! Damn you! Really gutted that didn't come out in front of him. I'd love to have a battle with him. Now the question is, what is going to happen with Max? Is he going to be making a late pit stop? Would that be Max in the pits now? No, because Ricardo would be... Oh, look at that, we do a 43.3. Like the 42s, we're about 8 tenths off the lap times that leaders have done. Like I say, to be honest, 7th is a good result because it means you're best of the rest. You're behind the Red Bulls, you're behind the Ferraris, the Mercs, so it goes, you know, Merc 1, 2, Ferrari 3, 4, Red Bull 5, 6, which is exactly where they are. I mean, not exactly in that order, but, you know, the 6 cars, you know, are ahead of me. And basically being 7th means you're best of the rest. And I've got my teammate behind me as well, so... You know, we're doing really well at the minute. I mean, mainly because Force India have, you know, screwed up. Oh, for God's sake, why did you do that? Like I say, we have... I mean, he had the measure of it. So it'll be interesting. 53. I've just realised I've got about 8 laps left of this race. I wouldn't say it's 5 minutes. Ricardo 1:41.3. This pace, Danny! It's this pace! You would be at the lead if you should be with the leaders with that sort of pace. Sergio Perez is out of the race on the virtual safety car. I reckon he's just pulled over. I was like Ocon, I think actually. It's done it again, hasn't it? Hey, let me see. When someone show me. Oh wait, hang on. First seemed Grosjean pulls up there. Now, was that for position? Oh crap! Sorry about that, guys. What the hell? Alright, let's focus on that again. Alright, there's Perez. Come on, where's the VS? For God's sake, where's the VSC? At 50-61, 7 laps to go. Grand Prix was 6.1 behind, so absolutely nothing we can do about the guy. Not quite on Red Bull's pace at the minute. Oh, I had to stop wall. There's Perez out of the race. Yeah, we 6.7's ahead of me. You don't need Ericsson. That was a lap on Marcus Ericsson. chasing. Probably going to let us through. Marcus, come. Oh, he must have got a penalty by now. This is ridiculous. I can't believe he hasn't let me through. Well, Ricciardo must be right behind Max Verstappen now, surely. Just had this feeling when this race began that I was going to get jumped by Max in this race, and he's done that by doing longer strategies, and it's worked. The overcut has worked for him. Sign of any pitters? Not yet. So we're half a minute in front of our teammate. Half a minute. That is insane. And so the one thing we've got to take into account now when we're doing stuff like this is trying to do at least just the one lap in qualifying. Because ideally, you know, we don't really want to be on worn tyres. I say, guys, we're in front of both Red Bulls. Let's not forget this in the standing. So of course, oh dear, oh, bouncing off the wall there. And whatever chance we had of catching Max, whatever slim chance we had, is gone after that little incident. We could have quite easily smashed into the wall, then lost our wheel. Game over. Grosjean's a lap down. The gap's gone down between myself and Ricciardo by 8 tenths. So Ricciardo's been badly held up. Let's have a look. Let's see what's ahead of us. He's definitely battling with someone. We've got two McLaren Hondas in front of me, and then gap's back up to 10.3. Never mind, it was just a glitch. Yep, 10.4 seconds. At 59, out of 61. Just kind of trundling along home now. Also, I am trying to catch up with the cars in front of me because I like putting laps on cars. Makes me happy. Five past midnight where I am now. Like I say, guys, at some point I do want to do like a giveaway at some point over the course of the stream, because all the time I'm looking for ways to eventually improve the stream. I mean, of course, at the minute I'm waiting for my area to get to be upgraded, so we can accept like fibre broadband, which broadband would be faster and a lot more powerful, which means I can hopefully stream multiplayer games. At the minute, I can't. Shit. Penultimate lap. So we can be happy that we've started 8th. We're at least going to move up one position due to Sergio Perez's untimely engine issue. Once again, we're going to be fit. Like I say, they gave me Nico Hulkenberg as my rival. I could beat that clown with my eyes closed. Like I said, we have got an engine upgrade coming for not the next race in Malaysia, but the race after that, I believe, in Japan. I think it's going to be available in Japan. I say this is the 3rd season as well, so we're in 2019. 2017, Bottas won it for Mercedes. 2018, Hamilton won it. And at the minute, it's a lot closer this time round between Vettel and Hamilton for the 2019 World Championship. Final lap. We're 9.1 seconds behind Ricciardo. Fernando Alonso down in 14th place. It pains me to see Fernando down the grid. I want him to, like I said, Hamilton wins the Singapore Grand Prix, which further boosts his championship chances. As I was saying, it pains me to see Fernando down there, it really does. I want to see Fernando scoring points, getting podiums and wins. You know, he's not won a race since the 2013 Spanish Grand Prix, I believe. We're a long way ahead in front of Grosjean, apparently, with the last car not to be lapped. Like I say, guys, 13 viewers already. Thank you so much for watching. Do hit that follow button so you can see more F1 content coming your way. It really does mean the world to me. Look at the fireworks. That is amazing. I do love the setup around here. This definitely up there with one of my favourite places to drive. Street circuits do tend to be one of my most favourite places to drive. Around the final corner, we're not going to lap Fernando Alonso, but we come home in a very good 7th, and that is despite running about 30 laps in lead because we were so far down because of that. Thank you, Chubby. I do try. I'll get the. Don't worry, FIFA. I'll get the views eventually.
So another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows.
Another win for Lewis Hamilton. Where did Vettel finish? That is the question, because Vettel, Hamilton's had a run of a few bad races. This is the first time he's actually been up there, and Vettel's not really been able to take, you know, maximum points out of this.
It's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
Well, this is it. This is where they all want to be. Here come the top 3 then, out onto the podium after a fascinating Grand Prix.
See how happy Hamilton is. And Vettel, who came in 3rd place. So Raikkonen stopping his teammate and being able to do everything about that. But let's have a look at the classification, guys, of this Singapore Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton wins from pole for once. Kimi Raikkonen 2nd. Lewis Hamilton won the race by doing one less stop. That is interesting. Well done, Mercedes. Raikkonen 2nd, Vettel 3rd, Bottas 4th, Verstappen a very creditable 5th place after starting 11th. Ricciardo 6th, I'm 7th. Grosjean 8th, so a double points finish for Haas. Ocon 9th, so he recovered from his engine issues. Nico Hulkenberg scores a point for Renault. Sainz 11th, Massa 12th, Kvyat 13th, Alonso 14th, Ericsson 15th, Verline 16th, Stroll 17th, Van Dorn 18th, Perez Perez DNF'd as did Jolyon Palmer. The standings of this championship, however, is Lewis Hamilton has a 23-point lead over Sebastian Vettel going into the Malaysian Grand Prix. Bottas remains not that far really in 3rd, but he is 44 points behind. He needs to definitely buck up his ideas. Raikkonen on 162. And I'm only 40 points off Raikkonen. Now, I'm not imagining for a second that I'm going to be able to do anything about the championship, but like I said, we're over 100 points, guys. 122, that's fantastic. We move into 5th place, above Sergio Perez. We stay in front of Ricciardo and Verstappen, who went on 98 and 93 respectively. Any other changes in the point scoring? No. Constructors. Mercedes have a 43-point lead over Ferrari. Red Bull stay 3rd. Force India 4th, Toro Rosso 5th, but we move up to 6th now in front of Renault. 8 points in fact in front of Renault, and we are 82, 92, 02, we are 38 points behind Toro Rosso. Can we close that gap down on my former team before the season's end? Who knows? I'd like to think that we can. like I say, I think I would have finished 7th in that race no matter what. Maybe I would have been closest to the Red Bulls had I not had that wing change at the first pit stop. But you know, these things happen. And move on to 223 points, which is good. We get Renault again move up, so they're definitely the next team that seem to be interested in me, which is good. It's definitely the team I'd want to go to. Let's have a quick look and see what's happening with our engine upgrade. I think we purchased it over the course of this weekend, so that means we'll probably get it. Yes, we will get it in Japan. So unfortunately, we've just got to wait that little bit longer. Just got to hope that we have a good performance around Malaysia. We're in a better car this time, of course. We're not in the Sauber. Of course, Season 1 worked really well. Season 2, not so much. It was quite difficult. And I'm just hoping that we can, again, just continue to get the points that we need to overhaul Toro Rosso. That is the aim. That is the aim now of this championship. Just overhauling Toro Rosso, getting the points so we can stay in front of them. Well, not stay in front of them, catch them. Just say, right, this is what happens when you know, when you don't fight to keep me.
Hey, our upgrade pace is looking
Oh, for
solid.
God's sake, Chris, who's
But I
improved?
do think we need to push harder if we want to stay competitive.
Well, I'm not first team driver yet, so I can't get them, you know, extra points that I would like. Sauber have got a huge upgrade. Okay, let's have a quick look. Let's see what that's done for stuff. Sauber have indeed got a huge upgrade. We're just about ahead. Let's have a quick look in the powertrain. We are in the middle, which is probably where we expect it to be. Chassis, we're the worst. And aerodynamics, we are just a bit better than Williams. Which is strange because it doesn't feel like it's a bad car. There we go, guys. That is going to end this particular stream for tonight. Thank you for everyone who's come in tonight to watch. You know, do hit that follow button so you can see more F1 content. I'm off tomorrow, so I will hopefully get another race or two out tomorrow. Like I say, do subscribe to the YouTube page as well, which is Raratron89. If you're on the Xbox, add me. At the minute, my gamer tag is ESR Forza Rara, but hopefully I will be able to change that back to Raratron89 soon. Don't know when. But at the minute, like I say, it's just it. Like I say, add me anyway. I will happily talk to you and whatnot if you do have anything to say. But until we meet again, guys, take care. And we'll see you very soon for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Take care, guys, and good night.